I have some explaining to do. Those of you who are subscribed to my channel, BroadswordMedia, and are still watching my channel, thank you very much. Those who are familiar with my channel because of this one video, I owe you guys an explanation. Well, to be honest, I owe everyone an explanation, because my subscribers should probably also know as well. How's it going, John?
Going good, Sean.
Sweet, sweet. What was your process like? What made you feel so negative about the perception? How did you react to it? Explain it in your words.
It was just really hard to comprehend. You know, the score was dropping. It was like, we'll start off at 9%, then 41%, then it dropped in the 30s, then now it's like down to 27%, I think.
Yeah.
And I was just like, is this movie really that? No, this really doesn't feel right. You know, how come all these movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe have this amazing undefeated streak when they're not all of them are that good? Like, I could probably think, Age of Ultron deserved a much lower score.
It's funny because it's funny you mentioned that, because honestly, almost everybody I've talked to that's mentioned Age of Ultron, all but one person that I've talked to does not like that movie, and yet it has really high scores. And then when it comes to Batman v Superman, it's a lot more mixed among the community, but the critics just can't stand it. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought Age of Ultron was okay at best. But yeah, no, it definitely was more like around a 40-50% movie. Batman v Superman, I would put like in the high 70s to low 80s. Mm-hmm. And that's just my opinion. I know film is subjective, but like I can think of like so many films that deserve lower scores, and I just feel the critics just were picking on the film and didn't really give it a chance.
It did feel like that. It did. I mean, honestly, we even mentioned it in the original video we posted that seems to have the most hate out of any video I've ever uploaded before. But anyways, no, it does. I don't have such a horrible ratio of likes to dislikes. It's never been that bad before. But anyways, the thing is, Transformers 3 has a higher score than Dawn of Justice. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I was less, I was more not by much, but I was more understanding of the thrashing of the theatrical version after I saw the Ultimate Edition. But I still think the theatrical version is a good movie. Mm-hmm. The Ultimate Edition is like a masterpiece. I stand by that. I gave it you remember our review? I gave that movie a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it 8.7 because I still didn't like Lex Luthor as Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he can be annoying, but I just think the good in that movie. Affleck as Batman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and I still liked Henry Cavill as Superman. I always thought he was a good Superman ever since Man of Steel.
He was so much better than the Ultimate Edition. Oh my god! But that was one of my biggest issues with the Affleck, is that he didn't have that much time.
I know.
But the Ultimate Edition, they developed him so well. Wonder Woman was a great auteur film. Justice is going to be a great auteur film. I think I have a lot of faith in the future of the DCU, and whether the fans who gave up after Suicide Squad or BVS or even Man of Steel, that's on them. I'm going to continue to support the DC Extended Universe, and that's just how I am. I think people. I hope the MCU does something different with their movies, but I'm not really getting anything different out of each movie that's been coming out recently. Okay. So I have more respect for BVS than I do a lot of the recent MCU offerings. And they're still good movies. But I do think you got to take risks with your movies, and I think that's what a lot of the critics missed the point on, and that's what a lot of critics missed the point on with a lot of movies that WB did in the past. Blade Runner, The Shining, those were Warner Brothers films too, and the critics did not like those movies either. But today they're held to a high standard.
While I was getting annoyed with how often you called me about the bad reviews, now one of the main reasons why I made the video, which I don't think I explained very well with people, is that I want to do something for you because I knew it affected you so much, and I thought it'd be great that we all got together and made a funny video to make fun of the whole premise. And it's also the reason why you're sitting center. You're sitting in the center because, you know, it's the reviews affected you more, so I figured you'd be the centerpiece.
Yeah,
of the video.
I had the biggest issue. I had the biggest issue with it as well. You're right.
And Nick was part of it because he agrees with you too. So,
looking back in hindsight, I realized I was not in a good place, and also I should probably keep this in mind too. A lot was going on in my personal life at that point.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes, I'm well aware we're ripping off the Cinemassacre series. You know it's bullshit. I'm well aware of that. I never denied that we did. The good news is there definitely is some positive feedback on this video from people who either agree or people who thought it was funny what we said. And most of these people who have this positive feedback have subscribed to our channel after leaving such positive feedback on this video. All the other videos I've uploaded, I'll even show you right now. You see, I've uploaded quite a few videos to this channel. Well, maybe not a whole lot, but look at the ones that do have the most views, and look at the likes to dislikes, with the exception of that Nintendo Switch fail video. Most of them have considerably more likes than dislikes. The only exceptions are, you know, it's bullshit, the presidential election prediction, and the Nintendo Switch fail video. As you can see, the only ones that actually have more dislikes than likes are the most controversial of videos. Critics, okay, maybe that's not why they dislike the film. Maybe it's not. We did that, but it kind of felt like that at the time. It seemed like ever since the DCEU started, they weren't enjoying the films for whatever reason. I'm not even sure what the reason was. I don't know why the Man of Steel had such low ratings. I didn't think it was a bad film. But then again, there were some films I personally thought that weren't that bad, that weren't DC films, that I was surprised the critics didn't like. And then, of course, as I mentioned in the video, I watched Spring Breakers years ago, and then it started off pretty good. It started off like a pretty interesting story, but then after a while, it just lost its place, and also didn't really make any sense. I don't know why the critics loved it. I honestly don't know. I jokingly told John it's because they're a bunch of horn dog teenagers who love naked chicks or something, but it probably wasn't the reason. There was probably something about it that they just thought was really well filmed or really well done. But honestly, I'm not alone in not liking the film. Most audiences didn't really enjoy the film at all. Really, the better way to judge a film, if you want to listen to Rotten Tomatoes, which honestly you shouldn't, is to look at the audience score, not the critics score. Critics look for things that are wrong, because that's what their job entails. So, like when I see comments in my video that say, oh, well, it's critics who review movies don't, it's not an opinion, it's about judging the movie for what it is. A review of a movie is literally an opinion. Okay? When you like or dislike the video, it's an opinion. If my video has a lot more likes than dislikes, it's just the opinion of more people that it's a good video. It doesn't actually make it automatically a fact that the video is good. I mean, honestly, I personally think my videos could be better than what they are.
And you know what? There's people that are still going to be in the comments and say, well, you can't accept this movie's bad. That's fine. You know, if you got, like, people are going to come at me and say, I'm crazy for not accepting the film is bad. Go ahead. It's your opinion too.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
you gotta know your opinion's not the end all be all. Neither is mine.
And, exactly. I mean, and I gotta say, I absolutely cannot stand people who say that. Like, people are like, "What? You can't accept that it's bad?" Well, why can't you accept that some people think it's good? Is that a problem? Does everybody have to agree with what only you say? Like, get the fuck out of here if you're gonna comment shit like that. Fuck out of here. I remember I uploaded a video on my original channel, Slide88 Fry, when it was actually still being watched back in 2010. It was a video of the final boss of Sonic 4 Episode 1. And somebody posted in the comments, well, it's an undisputed fact that this game sucks. And I'm just like, no, it's a fact that you think the game sucks. Because honestly, the reviews are high, and most people who aren't you love the game, so shut up. And he's like, oh, well, I'm sorry you can't accept the fact that it sucks. It's like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't care if you think I have an attitude problem in the comment section. Fuck you for saying that I'm stupid or that I'm misguided for liking something that you don't like. Fuck you for that. You know, recently, sometime after I originally recorded the original footage before we did this, somebody was nice enough to actually send a comment to the You Know What's Bullshit video we made, saying, what's with all the hate for your video? I actually agree with you. I mean, it's not the greatest movie, it's not a masterpiece, but I thought it was good, and I applaud you for exercising your freedom of speech to address how people shouldn't hate the film. And I was like, wow, that was like one of the nicest comments I ever got. So I'm sorry if I forgot your name, sir, but I really appreciate that comment. I know I already replied to you, but if you see this video, thank you so much for that comment. It was really nice. It was a really nice gesture.
You're welcome.
But that wasn't you. That wasn't you. I know what your YouTube channel is. That wasn't you.
Could be. Could not be.
It wasn't you. I'm certain it wasn't.
But no, I did see the comment, and yeah, no, I gotta say that that was a really nice comment.
Yeah,
and,
it was definitely one of the nicest comments I got in the video for sure. And while this video is definitely my most hated video, I need people who watch to understand it's the only video of mine that's ever been hated so much. Not to mention, somebody in the comments said something about how it was a financial bomb. Like, what do you mean? It made close to $1 billion. Only how many films have made $1 billion? Like 17 films in history have made like $1 billion or something.
Like 30 or something like that.
Yeah. That's not very many films out of the amount of films that are released every year, and there's probably more than 30 films released a year, by the way. Saying that a film doesn't make a profit when it almost makes $1 billion makes me think, what the hell are your fucking standards, dude? If it almost made $1 billion, that's a humongous success. And then the other thing about the video was that it was meant to be humorous. Every time James Rolfe does a You Know What's Bullshit video on his channel, just like when he does his angry video game nerd videos, they're all meant to be humorous. Maybe we didn't do as good a job as giving it a humorous feel to it, but it was meant to be a comedy video, which is why there actually were people who understood it and took it as a joke and laughed about it and enjoyed the video, and in fact subscribing from watching it. The You Know What's Bullshit video I didn't think was going to get all this hate. I've actually uploaded You Know What's Bullshit videos on my old channel, Sly Fry Productions, and actually I decided to do that because way back then, Cinemassacre actually hadn't uploaded a You Know What's Bullshit video for years, so I figured I would just upload a couple to fill in the void, and to just talk about subjects that I totally disagreed with. And people actually really enjoyed those videos. Both those videos are very well liked. Even the third one, which was an April Fool's joke, was very well liked. Just the one I uploaded here to BroadswordMedia is definitely not liked. Well, it has a lot of likes, but it still has definitely a bit more dislikes. And let me explain. Nick, John, and I are all well aware of how Rotten Tomatoes works. It is a collection of reviews to add up to its Rotten Tomatoes score. But I'm going to explain this again so you guys understand this very clearly. Especially those who just assume we know nothing about how the site works. A C+ rating, which is about 77% in a school grade, is considered a rotten rating. There are many students who would kill for a C+. I'm not one of them. I got A's and some B's when I graduated high school, and in junior college I had A's, B's, C's, and kind of a mixture of a lot of grades, but it was mostly in the C's and B's and A's. But a C plus rating, which is about 77%, is considered a rotten rating according to Rotten Tomatoes. By the way, a 77% score is a fresh rating, which makes the C plus rating being considered a rotten rating very contradictory of how their site even works in the first place. That actually means that a movie can get 3 reviews, one of them being an A+, another one being a C, another one being a D, and it would be a rotten rating. But 2 of those ratings are actually quite positive. One of them is negative, the D. But because how it works, a C+ is considered rotten, somehow 2 of those reviews are considered negative. Even though a C+ is far from a negative. So that's why Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit. Now there's another YouTube channel that actually created a response video to this video, using footage from this video. They didn't ask for my permission, but I don't think they really needed to. Not a big deal. I mean, it's not like I copyrighted the video or anything anyways. He had the courtesy to actually comment on the video letting me know that he made a response video to it. And I watched it, and I actually, despite how much he talked down my video, I actually enjoyed his video. And he did put it up some good points that I was like, ah, damn it, I didn't even think about that. Like, for instance, I probably should have specified that they're showing, that I think they're showing a bias against the DCEU, not DC films in general. Words are important. But another thing is, I actually think some people actually are finding my video through his video, because while his channel is not popular, it's definitely more popular than mine. And people have watched his response video and then came over to mine just to say, fuck this channel, or just to say this video's stupid, or your channel's stupid. And I'm not telling him to take it down. Of course don't. Keep that video up there. I want it up there. I actually want that video to stay, especially if it's bringing attention to my channel. And I'm not taking down my video either. Otherwise, you know, he's not going to have any... Otherwise, people are not going to understand what he's responding to. I don't actually take down videos. I don't delete them. I do unlist some videos that I personally think I don't want to be around. And usually these are videos that don't get very many views at all in the first place, so it doesn't really matter that I do. But I'm keeping the You Know It's Bullshit video up. But this video is here so that those who watch the video and don't understand my channel understand that that you can't judge my entire channel based on the one video that is the most hated.